Hello. Right. All right. Welcome to our latest edition of Ragic Office Hour. Let's get started on your questions. Okay, first question. Email listing page. Can you create an action button to email listing page? To email listing page? Hmm. Well, currently, I don't think we have the exact same feature that you're referring to, emailing emailing listing page. Let me see. If you're sending mass email, you're sending you're sending one email per record. So no, share this share the sheet. Um, yeah, this is basically sending out an URL to share the sheet. So mail merge kind of does this, but you'll need to create a template, and I don't think you can email it directly. So yeah, I don't think we have a listing page and emailing a listing page feature feature right now. So yeah, but actually, we've never really heard of this feature requirement. So we will look into this and see if we can create something that that can email the whole listing page. But it's gonna be a little bit weird to have an action button to listing page because you'll certainly need to do a filter of first. But it would be helpful if you could provide us with a little bit more background on why this feature is needed and a bit of user story, perhaps, and we can come up with a better design if we understand the full story of why some organizations needs to send listing page informations with action button. Right. Thank you for your suggestion, and we would love to hear a bit more about the use case for this kind of listing page action button, emailing all data on on the listing page. But if you're sending out individual records, then it's pretty simple on Ragic. You can just send an entry by email, like using the email list entry. But we don't have a email list sheet or email list view. Next question. Rich text editor. We use the rich text editor for 80% of our entries, and it would be great if it have a total rewrite. For example, tables once inserted cannot be updated or changed along with most of the items are very basic. Oh, okay. Table once inserted can't be really? Well, honestly, I haven't used um, rich text editors a whole lot. So let's do some testing. So for rich text editor, it would look like something look like this. Bigger. Save it. So insert a table here. you can edit it. Oh, but you mean if you want to insert a row, insert a column? Yeah, currently I don't think this is supported yet. You do this, you're inserting a table inside it. Okay, yeah, thank you for your suggestion. I know what you mean. You would like to change the number of rows, change the number of columns, and for the table. Okay, all right. I'll let our development team know. And yeah, this if you're talking about like a document editor, when editing tables, that should be fairly basic. This is for a single field. So yeah, we'll try to add some support for this kind of tables in the rich text field for you to change the number of cells, change the number of rows and columns, rich text editor. Your feedback. Both in content. All right, thank you, Danny. Next question. Date picker. It's hard to believe the date picker does not have a today button. Copy a lot of our records and have to keep using two drop-down menus for the month and day just to find the current day. Very time consuming and current day. We generally have a current day like in a block like this, but yeah, we don't have. We want to make this look as simple as possible, so it doesn't. It's defaulted to the defaulted to today, but we don't have a today button. So yeah, I could see that it could be a good idea to have a today button, but and it's definitely not hard to add the support for this, but um, yeah, we're just not super sure that the today button will be useful in all use cases. Um, yeah, this is more of a design decision, and we will talk about this and see if we can add this kind of for date picker. To use two drop-down menus, month and but usually it's defaulted to the current month if it's empty. But of course, if it's if you're editing an older date, then it's defaulted to the date there. Okay. Well, two. All right. Next question. Report. We have to issue all our clients regular reports regarding their projects and time entries. The report content is very good, but the formatting is very poor. Two options. Can the report writer be enhanced to provide at least 5 times the formatting features? Um, I'm not exactly sure what you mean by the 5 times the formatting feature. I'm guessing that you mean you want to add a lot of formatting features to the report, and yeah, we will be discussing internally like what kind of formatting that we can add for add for the reports, and we'll be happy to hear that what types of formatting that you would like to have for our reports in general. But you know, it would be a good idea for you to kind of let us know exactly what kind of formatting you would like to have for these report writers. And can the third-party report writer be integrated to Ragic? I will be happy to pay for this option. And actually, you don't need to pay for this option. You could just use when you go to the listing page, you can simply go to publish to the web, and you can use the publish to the web feature to use Ragic as the data source. Or you can just download an Excel and use that as a data source. But either way, you will be able to create reports using Ragic as the data source, with any third-party reporting tools that you would like to use. No matter if you're using Tableau or Power BI and any other third-party reporting tools, you will be able to just use external data source. Okay, so first of all, good. Okay, I hope this will be helpful. And but of course, we do understand that adding better and better reporting support for like different report formatting would be a good would be a good direction for our reporting feature. So that you could generate reports directly without using or integrating a third-party report tool. But we are working on this, and any feedback on what types of formatting that we should be reporting, it would be a great help for. Yeah, we always rely on a lot of customer feedback to understand how exactly these directions that we're heading. For example, those formattings for the report writer. And right now, we do hear quite a bit of feedback on better formatting for report writers, but we need to get more specific feedback on exactly what types of formatting is needed. For example, like if you want to change the font size or the text color or the alignment, just we need just like a bit more information. Or if everything, all the formatting are necessary for each. Now we kind of need those kind of information or feedback to kind of plan our report formatting feature. Okay, next question. What's the timeline for PDF mail merge tool? Okay. I was hoping to implement Ragic as a solution for quotation preparation and database management. However, it still lacks the PDF mail merge function for it to fit our workflow. Presently, the only tool we can use is Excel mail merge for subtable. This adds an additional step for us to print the Excel to PDF afterwards. Also, it opens up the opportunity for the user to amending the downloaded Excel file before printing to PDF. So for Clifford, I think, yeah, we have heard about this request for quite a while, and this is definitely a more of a technical issue. So that we are looking into several solutions to generate PDFs directly from Excel files and Word files, and currently we don't have a very good solution for this. So we're still testing a lot of different solutions for. So one of the top choices right now is to actually use the Microsoft solution, Microsoft OneDrive solution. Microsoft OneDrive can actually generate PDFs from Word files and Excel files, but it's still a little bit buggy. So we're testing it out, but it's kind of the most feature complete, so that you're not going to generate some weird layout PDF, because it's Microsoft. They own the Microsoft Word and Microsoft Excel. So it would be the best solution, but right now their solution on OneDrive is still a little bit buggy. But I believe once they fix those issues, we should be able to and take advantage of the OneDrive API and PDFs from mail merge Excel files and Word files. And so that's one way that we will solve this. And the other way will be we will still be looking at other solutions and to see if we can have another way to generate PDFs from Excel files and Word files. But the biggest catch is usually that these tools generally doesn't fully support everything that like a Microsoft Office file has to offer. Like they they usually break with some function. If you use this feature on Excel, it might break the PDF output. If you use this feature on Word, it might break the PDF output. So it's usually a problem with using a specific feature in Word or Excel, and it's gonna generate problematic Office file. So our best bet would be for Microsoft to provide this kind of support themselves. But still, even their own solution right now is kind of buggy. So we're still struggling to find a good solution during PDF. Hi, John Carter, and if you have a question, feel free to ask in the chat room. Yeah, but generating PDFs are really really weird and hard to solve task, because it's just not something, because Office files and PDF files, the file formats is complicated. We're not even going to think about creating a tool ourselves to read Office file formats and generate PDF. We're not definitely not going to do that ourselves, but we will be counting on some third-party tools or third-party libraries to generate that for us. But we will need a stable, robust. Okay, next question, secure interface. When I log in, I find that the antivirus software announced that this is an insecure website. Multiple AV vendors give this announcement. I'd like to see Ragic improve this server access so that the message can be avoided by more opportunity to present Ragic as a development platform. Um, okay, so I read this question before the webinar, and we've tested a few antivirus software or like secure website report and like secure website checker, and we're not able to find some of those checkers returning Ragic as insecure website. We will test out some more other other antivirus software, but it would be helpful if you can provide us with, which antivirus software that you're currently using that is returning this is an insecure website, because we will be able to and send out a complaint or send out to the antivirus software vendor to tell them that, hey, we're not insecure website, and what information do you need from us to remove us from the it would be helpful for us for you to know which AV software that is incorrectly identifying the Magic software or the and overall Ragic has been a useful tool. I would like to see a little more development in the report writer. Yes, like with the previous with the previous suggestion, we do understand you have a lot of a lot of expectations on our report writers. We definitely understand. Meaning that the page definition code works well for web presentation, but not work so well for printed reports that require different pagination than do web reports. Yes, and the big problem with the report is that the web, because Ragic is a web-based software, and browser-based applications, it's just so hard to do pagination and printed reports. They're just not a very good not very good support for printing web pages in terms of how the web page can control how it should be printed. Because we have very limited number of ways that we can control that. So, but of course, and the web technology is evolving very rapidly. We will be reviewing these new changes to the specifications of the web browsers and see if we have new tools at our disposal to support like pagination and better report. Thank you. Okay, next question. I have a field which is linked with another sheet and I choose data from it. Okay, link and load, I suppose. Is there a way this sheet be sorted by name every time it opens? Now, each time I pick a field from it, I have to press the sort A to Z button. Okay, let's take a look at the. Okay, you have a link and load, and you have subtables linked to another sheet, loading multiple loading multiple loaded fields. You open a record you like to have, or maybe Same. Okay, so the way to do this is that you can, when you're choosing a record from another sheet, you can apply a default filter to the other sheet so that by default, the other sheet would be sorted in some way. And for example, if we're creating a timesheet, so let's say when we're choosing a job role ID here, and we would like the job role to be sorted A to Z by default. So we can go to the job role sheet and just sort A to Z like this. And we can save it as a view, as a shared view. So sorted job roles. Hit it. And we can set it as a default view. So when it's a default view, and it's gonna be loaded by default when the sheet is loaded. So the next time when you're choosing a job role, and it's gonna be sorted by the default view here. So, so this way, when you're using the link field to choose a record from another sheet, by default, it's gonna sort it with the field that you configured, sorted with default view. Sure. Hi, thank you. And from the chat room, from John, and John is a retired. Oh, no, you didn't. So I was just getting to your question. So you're a retired charter accountant, and just for your own pleasure, you're looking for ways to implement a sales order, invoicing, and stock control system. How would I go about this in Ragic? Um, well, there are two ways for you to do this. So the first way would be, to start from scratch. If you know exactly what the 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 system that you in your mind, the perfect system in your mind should do, or like every single field that should be created there. And I would recommend that you could just learn about how to design sheets in Ragic and build it from scratch. And if you need some assistance getting started, you could go to our templates. So you could click on the hamburger menu and go to install templates. And you can check out our templates and you can start from there. So for example, if you're building some accounting system, or if you're looking for you you mentioned invoicing and stock control. So you can have like warehouse inventory management templates. So you can install those templates. For example, let's install the inventory management template. So if you have an inventory management template like this, you should be able to go to the sheets and change design so that you have a basically like a scaffold for a application. So you have the basic fields, and you will be able to make modifications to those template sheets any way you want to make it into your ideal inventory management system or stock control system. Yeah, I would suggest that you could try out a few templates first and see how it's designed in a standard template, and then you can decide if you would like to start from scratch, or you can just make some modifications to our standard templates to create your own applications. I hope this helps and answers your question. And feel free to let me know if you have any other additional questions with the Ragic question sheet, and we will be getting to the questions, this webinar or the next webinar in next Wednesday. All right. And if we don't have any other questions, and we'll be ending this webinar here. And thank you for joining in. And if you have any additional questions, feel free to use the Ragic question sheet, and we'll be answering your question in 2 weeks. All right. Thank you and goodbye.